What's up, y'all? And welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today we are here to talk about Uncle from Another World, my thoughts after reading volumes 1 and 2. Now, this series is another example of finding those unexpected, awesome hidden gems. So, a little bit of quick backstory about the series as a whole. So, let's see. So, the manga, the name on here is super long and I'm probably about to butcher it, but it says the author/creator is Hotano Doshinderu. And it's published by Yin Press. And so, like I said, I got the first 2 volumes. The series is still ongoing. It's been going since June of 2018, and there are currently 4 volumes out in English, with the 5th volume coming out this summer in July, as well as a anime. It's going to be coming for in July as well for the summer 2022 anime season. And that is how I came across it. So somehow, I don't even know how, I was looking at something on Twitter, and then I saw something about a isekai uncle, or because that's another name that is known by is a isekai uncle, or uncle from another world. And so I watched the trailer. The trailer was a little bit confusing. I was like, but it piqued my interest. And then I read the synopsis for it, and I was like, okay, you gotta get this. So, what is up with this series? So, I know people, and I feel like I say this every time I talk about a new isekai series that I've read or watched, but this is truly one of the most unique and funny takes on the genre that I have encountered thus far. So, the uncle of the series, basically, instead of your typical isekai story where he gets hit by a truck and dies and gets reincarnated, when he was 17, he got hit by a truck, but he ended up in a coma for 17 years. So he went into the coma in the year 2000, and then he woke up in the year 2017. And so this is a very wild take to where during the 17 years while he was in a coma, he got isekai to another world. So he went to the whole other world, had an adventure for 17 years, and then comes back, wakes up out the coma, and now he's in his mid-30s, and the only person that is there to greet him is his nephew. And so his nephew is basically kind of like just catching him up on everything that has been going on over the years, while throughout the story, the uncle is also telling his nephew, and later on, his nephew has a friend that joins the series or whatever, and it's telling them his stories of what he went through in the other world. And it is just so funny that, like, there are certain tropes and stuff that we know nowadays that he doesn't know anything about, like a tsundere character. So he's describing this girl that keeps on following him around or whatever everywhere, but because of when he went to the coma in the year 2000, and the term tsundere didn't really become a thing until the year 2004, 4 years after he had already been sent to this other world. But a couple other really dope things about this series is, one, and this is probably like one of the things that caught my attention first, is that the uncle is obsessed with Sega and all that stuff from back in the day in the 90s or whatever. And so I love how, obviously for kind of like joking / copyright reasons, they talk about all types of gaming history, classic Sega series or whatever, but they would always like black out like one of the letters or whatever, but you can clearly tell that they're talking about Golden Axe and Sonic and different stuff like that. But when he wakes up, one of the first things he's concerned about is, he's like, nephew, what happened to the console wars, to the console wars? You know, what is the state of Sega? And then the nephew's having to break the news to his uncle of like, hey, Unfortunately, it's primarily Sony and Nintendo as far as like what his uncle knew from back then, as well as this new console called Xbox that came along in the years since. And so his uncle is heartbroken that Sega no longer has a console, but that is just like one of like the first hooks. And then the second big hook that got me, aside from the fact that okay, you got this this mid-30s uncle coming back from a coma of being isekai'd, but when he came back, he also kept all of his abilities that he had while he was adventuring in this other world. So he is opening up pocket dimensions for his inventory and stuff. Cause y'all, if we've seen any type of isekai or fantasy series, we've seen it before where characters have where they're just like sticking their hand into the void and then like pulling out inventory and stuff, whatever. Well, he is doing that in the real world. He's able to fly, levitate, doing magic, all types of stuff, memory wipe techniques, all this stuff. And so it is just a super fun just series overall. And I am trying to hold back from just going ahead and just like buying the next few volumes and reading, because I really do want to see like how this anime is going to turn out. But maybe if I get some extra coins soon, I might maybe go ahead and pick up the next volume or so. But this has truly been just a fun read, and like I said, just something different. Because granted, majority of isekais that I'm aware of, they're still ongoing series, so they're not going to be done for a while. Who knows, maybe at the end of those characters do come back. Actually, no, because never mind, because a lot of the isekais, the characters are dead, so scratch that thought I was about to say. But the fact that he was just in a coma, went in this whole grand adventure for 17 years and then came back and brought back all those abilities and stuff, it's just so funny. And the other funny thing too is that like because of like his appearance, a lot of people in this there's the uncle right there. A lot of people in this world see his face as being hideous. So everywhere he goes, most people think that he's like an orc or something or whatever, and they just like instantly start attacking him, being like you hideous monster, get out of here. But yeah, like I said, overall, like I said, it is just such a freaking fun read, and one that I had to make sure I bought and put on y'all's radar to check out, whether y'all go and pick up the manga or if y'all look forward to the anime that is coming out later this summer. Just know I will be talking about this series, especially once, like I said, once the anime drops. But yeah, and I love on the back, it is just the uncle and nephew just sitting there together playing games and stuff. And yeah, it is just so interesting. Like I said, just seeing a character that's been gone for 17 years, especially from the year 2000 to 2017, just thinking about like how much of the world and technology and stuff changed since then. He had to get introduced to like what smartphones is, what YouTube is, because small spoiler, but he eventually becomes a YouTuber and stuff, whatever. And so it is just, him learning how to deal with hate comments and stuff, and or comments where people love what he's doing, and people thinking like when he's showing off magic on his YouTube channel that people are being like, man, that is so fake, I can see where you edited it in, and yada 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 and stuff. But yeah, overall, like I said, it is just a joyous read, and I hope that the anime does it justice, because like I said, it is a bit unique, but definitely something that I appreciate. And the art of it is pretty solid, but definitely something a little bit different than the norm. But yeah, if you are a fan, even a little bit of isekais, if you're a lover of old school gaming, especially like with the Sega stuff in the 90s, then give this series a shot. Even if you just pick up just one volume. I just went and just got two just to, because most of the time with series that are already several volumes in, I wanted to try to at least like give it a couple volumes, to before I like form an opinion on it. But anywho, I'm just rambling at this point. Uncle from Another World, aka Isekai Uncle, aka Isekai OG-san. Go check it out. From Yen Press at your local bookstore or online, wherever you get your manga at. And like I said, be on the lookout for the anime dropping in July of 2022. And with that, I am done. As I always say, treat yourself to something nice, read some manga, watch some anime, play some games, and live your best life. And with that, I'm out. Uncle in Another World. Peace.